So Grant, how has prototyping helped you in the retail space? How does it help attract retail buyers, which is everyone's dream when they're trying to launch a product, is they want to see their product at Walmart on shelves. So how does the prototype help? We mentioned it a little bit with GoPull, but I'd like to hear your story since you have so much retail experience.
Yeah, like I say, when we were at Office Depot, we were always pitching ideas to buyers. Even if they came to us for us to develop something, we'd have to pitch it in. But if it's one thing taking in a concept sketch, a lot of buyers are business people, very smart people with numbers, but not always visually creative, right? So if you walk into a buyer's meeting and you have a drawing with you, a lot of times, for one, they don't even understand it. They can't imagine what it might look as a finished product. Whereas if you take, for example, something like this is in a package, it doesn't actually have to be, for example, GoPro, this is a production piece, right? But it doesn't have to be. If you had the culinary hand tool, the model that they had, which was a CNC model out of using the 303 stainless steel, it looks like the real thing, it feels like the real thing. If it's in a retail package, the buyer doesn't know a difference. And that's kind of smoke and mirrors, and a lot of people nowadays are doing that on kind of Indiegogo crowdfunding. A lot of times they'll have this product out there, and you know what? You're only going to get it in a year's time because they're not developed, and they're going to go through all these steps and all these failures to get there, but that'll get you in front of the buyers. And obviously some products are easier than others. Electronic systems, you can't really cheat your way through that. It's a little more difficult. Hardware things a little easier. So definitely, yeah, like I say, getting in front of retailers, you've got to have your numbers worked out. You've got to make it look like it's retail ready. You've got to give the buyers a reason to look at you and notice you. So it's one thing, if you have a successful crowdfunding campaign, you can most certainly use that, or a lot of times it will attract buyers, because now you've got a client base, you've got a following. If you just have an idea on a piece of paper, you really have nothing.
The other thing crowdfunding does is it proofs out your product so that investors know that you can actually sell your product and that there is demand in an early stage product. So crowdfunding can also help you get a large scale investor like it did for pantry sheeting as well.
I guess it's just kind of like business too. A lot of times smaller businesses is posturing. You want to look bigger than you are. Prototyping is no different. You want to look more developed than what you are, depending on what your budget is. If you don't have the budget to go all the way through, figure out what you need to get to a point where you understand what the development cost is going to be, the development cycle, and figure out a way that'll take you to that step where you can get the right investor, get that investment capital to take you all the way through. It's a long road. Passion's going to drive you through. You have to be passionate about what you do. That's really what's going to take you all the way through, because it is quite an extensive path to follow.